Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be doing the final stage of Dimensions and Entropy Tier 5. We're going to go right into it here. The team, of course, is going to be Squall, Faris, and Selphie. Squall with a purple weapon, Faris with no ingots, and Selphie, of course, just has her EX. Alright, so the beginning here, very important. You need to not only break Sid, but also make sure he doesn't unbreak on his second turn, or he's probably going to kill somebody with Dragon Dive. He'll do Hyper Jump while he's broken, but he'll do Dragon Dive if he's not. And it can very easily kill someone. He's the most dangerous person in this wave. Keep him broken at all costs. Alright, that said, the main gimmick for this fight is two things. Number one, all the enemies are heavily resistant to magic, so you basically have to use physical damage. And number two, they have a lot of obnoxious buffers. You've got Kate Sith here with his 32,000 HP per turn regen. You'll have Ramza later on. You've also got a couple characters with pretty obnoxious framed buffs, like Agrius and Sephiroth. Having a Dispeller is highly advised. In fact, it's better than having just a lot of debuffs, because you can't push off those framed ones. As such, I brought Faris for that. Even without any ingots on her weapon, she's still got tremendous utility here. So as you can see, I opened with two back-to-back uses of her cannon fire. First one to Mastery, second one to Dispel. After that, it's really just a matter of making sure Sid stays broken here, and making sure I remove Kate Sith's buffs if they come back. Outside of Sid just potentially one-shot killing somebody, the other two aren't really that dangerous. Cypher can HP attack, but he doesn't very often. He needs like a lot of Brave to really be dangerous. Same with Kate Sith. He's going to Brave attack with an area attack that's kind of annoying and can get lucky breaks, but he's not likely to kill anybody. Alright, so explain a bit of the synergy with this team. I'm probably going to run out of abilities if I go too hard with this, so Selphie's EX is going to give me a lot more ability uses out of Squall. Also, the more often his EX is up, that extends buffs, which means it's going to extend aura, so since he takes more turns than Selphie, he can potentially keep the buff on the whole time. And then that also means that Faris is going to have her Thunderstorm ready more often, which gives me a nice little safety buffer, because that's going to give me the ability to continually keep those whirlpools brave shaving enemies. It's also going to give her more damage, so. Alright, so Thunderstorm coming up here. Alright. So, things to keep in mind, it also gives some overflow, so it's nice whenever Squall's EX, or if it's not, I can always use a Renzo on those turns. Just take advantage of that extra overflow. Selphie, for the most part, is just going to try to maintain her buffs. When she doesn't need to replace a buff, I'm probably just going to HP attack, because it does at least refund a little Brave to the party. So as you can see, I almost have Sid dead. He is by far the most dangerous one out of this whole enemy team. He's definitely the one I'm going to kill first. Always. Okay. That said here, I should probably break Cypher first. Okay. So I probably want him to die on the next turn here, just to not get into a scenario where he recovers from break at a bad time. And also because he's going to start regenerating health here really soon, so I would like that to not happen. So let's go ahead and take him out. Selphie's full Brave, so we'll just HP attack. Okay, so something to note here. Cypher launches easier than the other two for some reason. I guess he's lighter. On each wave, there is one enemy that can be knocked back easier than the others for whatever reason. On this wave, it's Cypher. On the next wave, it's going to be Yang. On the third wave, it's Lightning. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head on the last two, but I do know that it's just easier to knock them back. Take advantage of that to help inflate your score a bit. As you can see, I take a lot, and I mean a lot of Brave Breaks. Every one of those hurts my score. So, okay, so this turn looks dangerous. I think Poison is going to protect me, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, so as I was saying, every one of those hurts my score. So any launch I can get to help inflate my score is going to be a good thing. Okay, obviously I should aim this at Kate Sith because he has a lot more health. Aura doesn't use up a turn, so even if Selphie was maxed out on her Brave, I would still cast that every time it's up. Alright, so something to keep in mind, Squall's Brave Plus and HP Plus are basically like diet versions of his actual skills. His Brave Plus hits all the enemies for Brave damage, his HP Plus splashes HP damage. Um, as such, if I want him to last through this kind of fight, I'm going to use them quite a lot. Although speaking of that, I do want to make sure I'm not just going to like run out of his solitary lion buff here. Um, but anyway, the point being, it's definitely worth using them quite a lot to get through this stage. Um, between that and the poison and the whirlpool damage, you don't need to use skills every time to get through this. All right, this wave isn't really that dangerous as long as you keep them broken. The only time you might see this get a little out of hand is if like Yang already has focus on and he's not broken and he can break one of your teammates with kick plus. It could deal a lot of damage, but I mean, that's a lot of things to go wrong all in a row. So just don't let that happen and you should be fine. As I said before, also, he's the one that you can knock back easier. So if you need to get a little bit higher score, you can aim at him with more of your attacks. Okay. Since this one's only 2 enemies in this wave, try to break them in optimal break order for turn delay. You probably noticed I didn't always do that in the last wave, and the reason for that is simple, is because the priority was just keeping Sid broken no matter what. Um, I couldn't always go out of my way to break them in the right order to delay them, because that would mean Sid would recover from break at a bad time, or I wouldn't have like one of my own teammates in position to break him. Whatever the case, I didn't always play that in what might be considered classically the best way because I just needed to focus on one particular enemy. In this wave, that's not so much the case. You really can try to break them in a better order more often. So I didn't take advantage of the launch there. I'm sort of hoping I can take advantage of that with, well, you know what? I guess it's gone. I was gonna say I was hoping I could just trigger it with a Squall here, um, and then get a chase out of Faris, but I'm not going to now, so that's okay. I do still want to break him. So I know I just said you can break them in optimal order. You do still want to keep them broken, because especially late in the fight, he can easily just pop out a jump 3 or something there and do some unnecessary damage. Okay, so checking, I think that first buff is Solitary Lion, so I'm going to use a Solid Barrel Plus here. Um, you don't want to end up in a scenario where you need to use a regular Solid Barrel just to reapply the buff. It's very likely to happen with this team. He can gain Brave from Selphie, he can gain Brave from Faris's EX. Um, it's really easy to just sort of sabotage Squall if you let that buff fall off, so don't let that buff fall off, even if that means using a Solid Barrel Plus on a single enemy at the end of a wave. Okay, so this wave, the biggest danger here, in my opinion, so I'm breaking them in optimal order with that Renzo here, but the biggest threat here is Lightning. Um, she'll alternate Spark Strike and then Flourish of Steel if she's not broken. Problem, of course, is Flourish not only gives her Brave regen, but it also hits pretty hard and can get some breaks. Um, and she can very easily just kill somebody if you let that happen. Um, so I don't want that to happen. I mean, it's very straightforward. She's also the easiest to knock back, so um, she can be pretty easy to kill as well, despite being the highest threat. Now, Onion Knight can do a ridiculous amount of brave damage once he gets his buff stacked up to 3. And then, of course, Agrias can regenerate their health and give them some brave. The health regen I can handle pretty well. I'm actually in sort of a bad spot here. I'm going to summon. I really think I can't break them all and get out of this unscathed. This may not be the best wave to have to summon on, but I'm not afraid to do it if that's what it takes. And it's early enough in the fight, I still have a bunch of Renzos. I'm still going to use his EX because with Aura, I want to use this every time it's up, if I can. This will let me dispel their buffs. Go ahead and just keep attacking. As you can see, triggers a chase very easily. And I still have a turn left on Faris's EX, so I'm going to get some overflow potentially on this Renzo, which is nice. And even this last turn of summon, I'm still going to use Aura. Its scaling is max brave, so it should actually give everybody a nice chunk. I still want to kill Lightning. She's still the most dangerous. So let's see what to do here. So I can break her, and I should still be able to break Onion Knight. And then I can throw one of these. I could kill Lightning with this, but Onion Knight has a lot more health, and I think I'm still safe for one more turn, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So Agrias can paralyze, but it's not super likely. I don't really worry too much about it. Nonetheless, I would like to keep her broken because she could potentially HP attack somebody. Lightning could be dangerous here, so I'm going to kill her. She's definitely going to do a Flourish of Steel. Alright, so you're going to start seeing, once Onion Knight gets up to his 3rd stack here, I mean, he just HP attacked because he's a jerk, but he's going to do a ton of brave damage. So, fortunately, he's almost down now. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully finish him off here soon. It's not unreasonable to see him do one attack, and if it gets a brave break, jump up to like close to 20,000 brave, so... yeah, like I said, any turn that I don't need to refresh a buff on her, I'm probably just using an HP plus. HP plus for him too. It's fine. So there you go. You can see he's now at 19,000 brave from one turn. Good thing he doesn't have those awakening passives. Alright, so we'll just finish him off. That will eliminate that threat without having to get rid of all that brave. At this point, there's not really any threat here. Like, Selphie's buffs are gone. If she gets another turn, I might go ahead and cast a wall or a drain just to get a buff going. But I'm mostly just trying to save some turns. When you get down to this part where you have like one enemy left, you do want to use some abilities because you don't want to just stall out. Turn count's 130. It's really surprisingly easy to eat that up. Anyway, okay, so this fight we have Balthier and Ramza. Ramza's going to spend at least 2 turns just buffing, and while Balthier can steal buffs, he doesn't have a 100% chance. Nonetheless, he's in my opinion, the more dangerous of the two, so I'm going to try to focus my damage on him first. And then, of course, Faris can remove all of Ramza's buffs, so once he does Galvanize and Shout, I'll just hit him with a Cannon Fire. Okay, so we got him back to back. So I should probably Brave Shave that, so let's go ahead and aim at him here with Squall. I probably could have done that with a Brave Plus, but oh well. Alright, get rid of the buffs. Pretty much that's the majority of the threat. Once all those buffs are gone, you're not in too much danger. Still, it would be a shame if he were to say, I don't know, steal Squall's EX buff, so I would like to kill him. Um, but I'm not going to burn through all my abilities just to avoid that, because it's not like I can't reapply any of my buffs. So Snapshot actually missed. I don't think it would have mattered if it didn't. Okay. So Squall's EX is ready, but he's also completely maxed on Brave. I'm just going to go ahead and HP attack. I'm pretty sure he can come close to maxing his Brave anyway with his EX. I feel like I would actually waste some overflow there. That might not be true, but it doesn't really hurt to do that. You can see these guys have pretty low stats in this particular wave. I can just break them with Whirlpool, so that's pretty nice. Go ahead and throw my EX at him. And he's down. Now again, it's just Ramza, but I also don't want to just waste too many turns using like just Brave attack followed by HP attack. I think I'll run out of turns. So I do need to occasionally use a skill. That said, I'm running low on Squall, so I think I'd rather use them on Faris. I still have a few uses of Water Whirl here, and they overflow pretty nicely. And Selphie at least generates some free Brave for Squall, so even if I'm just using his HP attacks, he's still going to hit pretty hard. Alright, that's the end of the wave. Obviously, I'm not going to waste her EX on this. Okay, so you may see I did just restart this final wave. You probably saw the blip there. I wanted to point it out because I almost always do my recordings in a single run. That said, I did have to restart this final wave here. I'm pointing it out because in the event that I am doing a level where the strategy requires a reset, I think you should know. I don't want anybody going in and saying, oh yeah, this team is going to just destroy this first try. Look how easy that was in that video. I messed this up, okay? So it is possible to mess this up. This team will reliably get you to the last wave, assuming Sid doesn't just one-shot kill you on wave 1. But that said, please be cautious and don't get Brave broken at really bad times in this final wave. Alright, so going right into it, there's two big threats here. Threat 1 is, in my opinion, actually from Locke. Phoenix Ray is kind of dangerous. It's an area Brave attack, and it can potentially break multiple people in one go if your timing is just bad and you HP attacked while not paying attention. Don't do that. It will make you restart the wave. That said, he also seems to have the most HP. I think he is the one that's worth focusing most of your firepower on to bring down, because that's also going to give you a good gauge for how many abilities you have left for the other two. You don't want to use too many abilities, say taking down the very squishy Orin, only to find that you have no way of killing Locke. The other risk here is actually from Sephiroth, and it's not damage per se. His attack is debuffed by Faris, and my defense is buffed up by Wall from Selphie. He doesn't hit very hard. The real problem is that when he does do an Octaslash, the buff he gets from Genova slows my whole team. So you want to dispel that with a cannon fire as soon as you can, at least early in the fight. Late in the fight, it's not as big of a deal, but while there's still 3 of them, that slow is obnoxious. As you can see, I did use that just to break him. The poison's going to drop Lockdown, and probably Sephiroth as well, but I felt like he could potentially HP attack this turn, he being Orin. Okay, so Renzo, you can aim at whoever you want, because it does full damage. I probably should use that on a different turn, actually. While Faris's buff is in place from her EX, everyone in the party gains overflow. That's really the better turn to use it. I just used it there, really, just because I wanted to break B and still do damage to Locke. Okay, so I actually have two of them aiming at Squall. I think I'm fine at HP attack. I was debating doing a Brave Plus instead, just to not take a Brave Break there, but I'm already at 100 turns. I feel like doing this in 30 is doable here, but it's going to be tight. I'm already low on abilities, especially on Squall and Selphie. Um, and they have a lot of HP left, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so like I said before, I just took an Octa Slash there. It sort of hurt a little. That said, if you don't debuff his attack, that can actually hurt quite a lot. Um, so yet another reason why you see myself and a lot of other people use Faris in this wave. If you don't have Faris, don't worry about it. Um, while there are probably other teams that can handle this, I would say just hang tight. We're going to get Balthier's EX Plus in just a couple of days. He's a physical attacker who can steal buffs from enemies. Uh, he'll serve the exact same purpose she does. And probably outdamage her along the way. At least he'll outdamage mine because I have no ingots. Um, so if this one is really stalling you out just because you can't dispel, there is an answer to that coming in just a short while. That said, if you do happen to have Faris and she's locked in another stage, you probably don't need her in that other stage. Go ahead and get her back for this. Okay. So like I said, his HP plus does splash damage. Like I said, this is a great example of how attack artifacts and summon boards can make a big difference. If you don't have those on Squall, he's not going to deal enough damage to break them with just an HP plus, and with them he can. So it saves a lot of abilities and keeps the enemies broken. All right, maybe this will actually finish him off. Perfect. All right, so at this point, Sephiroth has a lot more HP than Auron does. Auron is actually more likely to do HP damage. It's easy to kill him. I'm probably going to try to bring them down close to the same time just so Squall can still do some area damage. And also Faris as well with Whirlpool. So um, I'll sort of start distributing the damage back and forth a bit here. Sephiroth has more HP. I should aim a little at him. It's worth topping everyone off just in case I misplay something here. So you can see Squall almost completely out of abilities. I'm going to throw a few here. Actually, I can recharge hers and recharge Squall's here back to back. So let's do that. Nothing else, it'll give me just a little longer. I'm already up to turn 114. Uh, the max is 130. I have no idea how tight this score is going to be with how many breaks I've taken, but I've also knocked back a few enemies, inflicted a ton of breaks myself, so I think it's doable. So that slash missed. Even if it had broken Squall, it would not have killed him, and I still have, I believe, 2 drains left. I'd be fine. Um, don't have to worry about luck there. So I'm using a lot of water whirls here. I could dispel his buff, but I don't really need to just yet. It's not hurting anything with lock gone anyway. Um, water whirl has some nice overflow. I really want to kill them. I'm burning what abilities she has left, so. Okay, EX is up. The nice thing too is it basically fills up a lot of her brave just from the damage there. Okay, let's go ahead and do one of these. Doing it now because like I said before, I have the overflow from Faris's EX. Now's the time to do it. And we'll just HP attack this turn. I'm at turn 121 already. Very tight. But this is why I kept 2 of them up, so I can get more damage out of that. One more water whirl just for the overflow. Sometimes even an ability doesn't hit very hard, the fact that it can overflow is nice when you're paired with a support that can fill some of your brave. So he actually HP attacked there. Okay, got my EX. Maybe this will kill Sephiroth? No, he's barely standing. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire off a cannon fire. Get rid of that Genova. It finished him off anyway. I'm going to use Drain, I think, just to top off Squall's HP. HP lost counts against your score at the end, too, so I'm just trying to inflate everything I can here at the end. There's another break I took, but let's do Aura. Turn 127. All right, let's use Drain just to get that extra 2,000 damage. Let's go ahead and... So Thunderstorm's probably going to do close to 50,000 damage. That should be very good. And Squall should be able to end this exactly at turn 130. Maybe I'll get an overkill and I'll be lucky and that'll help. So no overkill. That's exactly at turn 130. So exactly at the turn count. Let's check out the score here. And I got it. Okay, so there's the score, all the missions. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody out. And good luck beating this one yourselves. Have a great day.